The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And will our unbelievable weather continue again today?
For the most part. I mean, we have a rain chance today, but still, it's just not that. We're not talking about widespread rain. That's the thing here, Gary. Let's take a look at the radar right now because, again, we do start out dry today. The radar here locally showing no rainfall in any corner of the Mohawk Valley. As we zoom out a little bit, we have that low pressure. It's slowly moving its way north, and we're going to closely track how this is heading north. But for now, still, if any shower does develop, it's light, it's brief, and it will fall south of Route 20. Anywhere north, very little of any chance for rainfall. So that's the story for today. Aside from that rainfall, we're going to deal with a few clouds in the sky. Still some opportunity for sunshine, though, despite, again, having more clouds than we have seen the past few days. Mostly cloudy along the east coast, zooming into central New York. 57 in Rome, 39 in the Saranac Lake, and 46 degrees in Hamilton. Now, the next 12 hours show temperatures starting out in the 50s, climbing into the mid-70s with still, again, some peaks of sunshine. This is not a rain or a washout day. But in the meantime, while our rainfall deficit continues, we'll have a look at exactly how much we are in a deficit in terms of this month, this summer, and recapping the entire year. Is this indicative of what's to come? The details on that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, as you could expect, the Poland joint...
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Time now 5:13 and heading out to work today. Here's what you can encounter on the roadways. First off, well, appears can't quite see some of the roadways here on the traffic cameras, but what I can tell you is that the visibility right now, not too bad. There are some foggy conditions forming in the southern valleys, but due to the cloud cover starting to form this morning, the fog is relatively isolated. The radar shows no rain showers on your morning commute right now. It is going to be entirely dry early today. As we head throughout the morning, though, that might change. We take a look at the traffic tracker. Still, so far, lots of green, no accidents to report early this morning. So heading out to work today, mostly cloudy, isolated fog. This afternoon, maybe a stray shower, but most of us do stay dry. Following today, will there be another rain chance? We have a cold front coming in tomorrow night. We'll track that. We'll mention any rain that we could be seeing from that. And then on top of that, the latest on that rainfall deficit, how much we are behind so far this year in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Today is Constitution Day.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. On this Wednesday, time now 5:18 going on 5:19, and we take a look outside where conditions this morning looking dry and quiet, as pretty much we've been seeing for the past several days, going on nearly 2 weeks for the most part. Current conditions 57, clear officially in Rome with an east wind of 5 miles an hour. A look at the radar too this morning. It is entirely dry at this hour. We zoom out. We are still seeing some rain showers to our south, which will slowly inch their way north over the next few hours, potentially producing a stray shower in the southern valleys, but again, that chance is still very low. In the meantime, with how dry it's been, here's a look at our percentage of normal rain chances, or at least normal rain. over the past month, you can see a lot of yellows, a lot of reds here. Look at this. This bright red is between 5 and 25% of the normal rainfall. Now, of course, it's outside of our area. Still, we're in the orangish and yellow area. But let's go back, not just for the month, but for the entire summer. So here's the summer deficit, and we are just above 50% of the normal amount. And then we go all the way back to the entire year. This is including the very wet winter and early spring. And you can see, despite how dry it's been recently, we're just basically a hair below average for the entire year. But that still doesn't mean that the lack of rainfall is not impactful. I know a lot of you who have crops or have other things that depend on water here locally, the impact is definitely noticeable. Just because we're near the entire year, it's right on average. Still, you have several months straight of below average rainfall, and it does have some sort of effect. So that low pressure is slowly moving up the coast. It's going to exit out to sea. A cold front moves through Thursday night into Friday, but really not a lot of rain is expected with it. A few clouds rolling through today. Temperatures in the 70s. Still, though, not really any high chance of rain, if any at all. By tomorrow, plenty of sunshine moves in the afternoon. Here comes that cold front right into Thursday evening and overnight. And maybe an isolated sprinkle early Friday morning. Just mainly cloud cover is what we're dealing with for the most part. And then sunshine works its way back in as we head into Friday evening. And then Saturday, sunshine, 60s. Sunday, 73 with sunny skies. Our final weekend of summertime. Can you believe it? We're already here, and it looks to be going out with a bang. Now, I mean, it's not going to be that hot, but if you have the final weekend of summer and it's wall-to-wall sunshine, Gary, I think we can take that any day of the week.
Yeah.
And so we have that, plus the first day of fall, sunny and warm, too. So this summer-like stretch of weather continues.
Like Mike Breen says, bang.
Bang!
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:20 once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Lubichor. This morning, Eric is actually tracking some rain. Yes, rain, and Eric, sounds a little crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about rainfall that we haven't seen in quite a while. Now, the silver lining here, or depending on what side of the aisle you are, if you want rain or you don't want rain, it is not currently, or it's not taking place in the area right now. Let's take a look at what's going on here in the radar. It is looking entirely dry here at this hour in central New York. We zoom out, here's where that rainfall is. It's right on our doorstep. It's likely going to impact portions of the southern tier, but we're cutting it close. Some of us, as you head up farther north, might not even see a single drop of rainfall at all. So it's just a matter of how much power is left in that system as it moves its way north. Again, just doesn't look that impressive personally in terms of seeing any beneficial rain. Across the Northeast, temperatures are in the 60s heading south. Here in New York State, we are in the 50s for the most part. 40s heading in the southern valleys and 30s in parts of the Adirondacks. And now today, we're going to see those temperatures climb into the 70s. Still some opportunity for sunshine. It's not a completely overcast day today. But following that, again, despite this potential rainfall, which, again, doesn't look like all that impressive, this rainfall deficit continues. We'll have a look at it, how it affects our current situation right now, and recapping it not only for this month, but for the summertime and for the entire year straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump is visiting the UK.
News Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody. Our photo of the day today is a great shot sent in to us from Lawrence. Now, yesterday, we had a very vibrant sunset, downright gorgeous. Now, I was wondering if anyone would take photos, and sure enough, You guys are always one step ahead. So many photos coming into the sunset. And again, I just want to express how thankful I am that you guys are willing to take time to send in photos like this. This one from Lauren, sent in by Cindy, shows that vibrant sunset that took place again last night. And if you have photos like this of any event that goes on, northern lights, sunsets, rainbows, fall foliage, any views that showcase the beauty of your neck of the woods, it makes my day. I hope it makes your day. I showcase it every day right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. How can you submit yours? Well, you send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. It's a pretty easy tool. You go on there, you put in the picture. Be sure to include your name too, so you receive the proper credit for your hard work. So again, today it's a quiet start. Temperatures for the most part in the 40s and 50s. We are tracking some rain chances. We'll have a look at that, plus how far behind we are on that rainfall and that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Sadly, acting legend Robert Redford.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
The quiet start out there this morning. Yes, we're tracking some rain chances today, but those very low, if any. Let's take a look at what's going on outside in Utica right now. Some clouds out in the distance. We have mainly some mid-level clouds rolling their way in, but you can see in the foreground here plenty of clear skies. So it's not going to be an overcast day today, but just a few more clouds in the sky compared to days past. 57 the temperature, clear in Rome, comfortable. Humidity, east wind of around 5 miles an hour. And the radar right now shows entirely dry conditions. We zoom out though, and here's that rainfall, that low pressure moving up the coast. And so far, most north rain is going is near Williamsport in Pennsylvania, maybe heading toward the southern tier closer to Binghamton. But as it heads farther and farther north, there's even less of a chance of that rainfall moving in. So we'll keep a close eye on it. For now, though, don't really expect any form of notable rain today. And while we're on the topic of rain, or at least I should say lack thereof, here's a look at where we stand for this month compared to normal. And notice a lot of orange, some locations in red, the dark red between 2 and 5% rain chance. Of course, that's well outside of our area. But still, we go from the month of September to the entire summer season right here, and we are just over half of the normal rainfall total for not only Utica, but pretty much all of the Northeast. So with this in mind, it's been such a dry summer. How does that compare to the entire year? Let's go all the way back. Since January, you can see here, there is not that much of a deficit here due to, of course, again, how wet winter and spring were. So, yes, overall, it's somewhat balancing out, but despite that, it doesn't take away from the fact that it is still extremely dry, and there could be some impacts, of course, with a lot of you that that deal with this drought in terms of growing crops and whatnot. But back to the current forecast here, you can see low pressure moving up the coast. It's falling apart, it's pushing out east. A cold front moves through Thursday night. That really doesn't produce a lot of rainfall either. But zooming in here quickly on our Skycast, today a few clouds, temperatures in the 70s. Overall, isolated shower south, otherwise mostly dry. Sunshine moves in Thursday afternoon, a beautiful day on tap. Then Thursday night, here comes that cold front, which moves through early Friday. Friday, a lot more clouds in the morning. As we head throughout the afternoon, the clouds depart and sunshine moves in the evening. And then as we head into the weekend, due to that cold front, it's going to be a bit cooler. Saturday, 68 degrees. Sunday, 73. But still, it looks to be sunny for both days for our final weekend of summer. Fall moves in on Monday, 78 and sunshine. We'll be right back.
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
A little wild to see some rain on the radar, isn't it?
It's crazy. It seems as if it's a dream seeing this rainfall, but I think it's a fake dream because it's not going to be arriving in full force. Yeah, we don't have a lot of rainfall today. Let's take a look at what we're going to see on the radar right now. First off, a live view of it here locally. And again, it is entirely dry all across central New York. We zoom out. Here's that rainfall. It's somewhat falling apart here. Again, just personally, there's just not a whole lot of forcing in the atmosphere that looks at least strong enough to really produce any notable rain here in central New York. Maybe a stray light shower for a few minutes in the southern valleys, but besides that, unimpressive rainfall chances here today. This is our best shot for rain, by the way, for the short term. So you can see just how much of a difference this dry air really has on this rainfall to our south. Around the Northeast, temperatures are in the 60s along the coast. Here locally, 50s in the Mohawk Valley, 40s in the southern valleys, parts of the Adirondacks in the 30s. And today, we start out in the 50s, climbing into the 70s. It is going to be a little more cloudy compared to the days past, but there's still plenty of sunshine peeking out. It won't be overcast today. In fact, it'll be rather nice out, but still, that rain chance south can't be ruled out. And while we're on the topic of rain, it's a rainfall deficit, no doubt about that. But just how much of a deficit we have, not only for this month, but for all of summer and for the entire year. We're going to break down those numbers in the full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, as you might expect,
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody. Time now 6:13, and as you head out to work today, again, another dry one. Barely any impacts as you head out the door this morning. First off, we'll look at some area roadways early today, and there is some fog forming in areas south near Oneonta and the southern tier, but that fog rather isolated, as you can see right here, mainly focused down again in the Shenango-Otsego County lines here. 4-mile visibility currently taking place in Hamilton. The radar right now showing dry conditions despite the rain chance today. A lot of us are going to expect to see almost entirely dry weather. This rainfall opportunity is very isolated and very brief. A look at the traffic tracker. We've got plenty of green here, so this morning, no accidents to report. And again, you head outside today, a little on the cooler side, but it is entirely dry. This afternoon, that isolated shower chance is there, but still expect mostly dry weather. Now, with all this dry weather comes again that rainfall deficit. And we have more details on that coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Today is Constitution.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody, on this Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. We begin this morning with a live view of downtown Utica. A great shot of that sunrise there out in the distance. We're going to be dealing with a lot of these clouds today, the ones you see out to the east. It's not going to be overcast, but not wall-to-wall sunshine either. Bit of a middle ground here. 53 the temperature at Griffiths and Rome. Clear skies, comfortable levels of humidity, and an east-southeast wind of 5 miles an hour to start your day today. Radar also showing completely dry conditions. We zoom out a little bit. We can see where the rainfall is currently taking place. And just based off of, one, how dry the air is, and two, how much energy is currently in this low pressure system as it moves north, don't count on seeing a rain shower today. If you do, honestly, that might be on the lucky side. But still, if you live in the southern valleys, that's your best shot for seeing any sort of rain today. And speaking of rainfall or lack thereof, here's a look at the percentage of normal rainfall for this month. You can see September, very dry, especially down here in Pennsylvania. But let's go for the entire summer right here, 120 plus days. A lot of orange here. Just over half of the normal rain we usually see here in a typical summer setting. And let's go back for the entire year. So you notice how the summertime was very dry, and here is the overall year. And we are slightly below average. This is all due to how damp and at least snowy and rainy the spring and winter were. So, yes, on average, closer to the entire year, we are a little bit less than average, but that doesn't discount just how dry it's been here over the past month and over the past several months. So here's that low pressure right here along the coast of the Carolinas. It's moving north, and it's just falling apart and pushing east. That cold front approaching from the west is going to steer it out to sea, and it's pretty much going to keep our area almost entirely dry. So in our skycast today, a few wispy clouds here across the region. You can see here not a whole lot of green popping up on the skycast. By tonight and early tomorrow, lingering clouds turns to sunshine by the afternoon. Following that, we'll see some clouds arrive Thursday night from a cold front. This will produce clouds early Friday morning and maybe a few isolated showers. Following Friday morning, though, sunshine moves in by the evening, and that'll continue for pretty much the entire weekend. A little cooler Saturday, 73 the temperature on Sunday. It is going to be a very nice final weekend of summertime. And then as we head into fall on Monday, 78 the temperature. Great weather across the board there. So, I mean, we're lucking out for the most part when it comes to weather for the final weekend of summer.
Yeah, the folks over in Frankfurt for the Harbor Fest looking good Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I got some nice weather out there, sunshine, a little cooler, maybe grab a long sleeve shirt, but just need some sunglasses.
Yeah, good tips. Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore. If you're getting ready to get out and head outdoors this morning, another nice morning ahead. Meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center. And Erica, this is just unbelievable. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, no stopping this nice weather. And despite the rain chances on the radar, not here locally, which I'll show here in a second, still, it's almost entirely dry here, not only for yesterday and the day before that and for much of today, but also for the rest of the work week and potentially the weekend here. Again, look at the radar. It is entirely dry. We zoom out. Here's those rain showers from that low pressure to our south. It's still not even really reaching New York State in general, mainly impacting New England coast and Pennsylvania. It is expected to continue to move its way north, but when it comes to rainfall chances, don't bank on any today. In fact, much of central New York will see not a single drop of rain today. A look at the conditions around the Northeast as you head down toward New York City, Philadelphia. It's in the 60s. Here locally, we are in the 50s in the valley, 40s in the southern valleys, even parts of the Adirondacks waking up in the 30s. So today, despite those isolated rain chances and a few more clouds in the sky, it's still going to be a pretty nice day. Sunshine peaks out, highs in the mid-70s. And while we're still waiting on that beneficial soaking rain, our deficit continues to climb. We'll have a look at the more detailed maps regarding rainfall deficits, not only for today, or not only for this month, but also for the summertime and for the entire year straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump is...
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Wednesday morning. Now, yesterday we were treated to a very vibrant sunset, and I was looking at some of our photo submissions, and I was not disappointed. You guys have really come through in sending in a lot of great photos. This one right here of a colorful sunset sent in by Cindy in Lawrence. So shout out to those of you watching from Lawrence this morning of a very colorful sunset last night. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, send it to the link right there on the top of your screen, top right corner, wktv.com/weather/pics. You go on the website, you submit it, you include the location as well as your name if you wish to receive credit. Always love to give credit where it's due, especially for some of these amazing photos sent in every day. So again, great sunset yesterday, potentially a very colorful sunrise this morning. But will we see any rainfall today? And if so, how much? We'll have a look at that coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Oriskany Central School.
York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Today we're treated to some sunshine and some comfortable temperatures despite that rain chance. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Look at this shot right here of the morning sunshine, or at least the sun reflecting on some of the clouds there. It is a beautiful sunrise out there early today. Sunshine and temperatures in the 50s. Officially reported at Griffiths and Rome. East wind at 5 miles an hour. Comfortable. Low levels of humidity. The radar at this hour is entirely dry. We zoom out. Still, we're closely watching that low pressure slowly moving its way north. Again, isolated shower chances can't be ruled out in Otsego or Chenango County. As you head farther north, those shower chances decrease tremendously. And while we are still seeing this lack of rainfall, here is a look at the map of our percentage of normal rain for the month of September. Notice a lot of orange, a lot of red in some parts of the Northeast. Here locally, we're sitting about 25 and between 25 and 50% of that percentage. Let's go to the summertime now. All of summer, we're just over half of the normal rainfall we usually see in a typical summer. So that's how it averages for the entire summer. And how about the entire year, going all the way back to January? And you can see here, it's actually not that big of a deficit. Of course, self-evident, those of you remember how snowy winter was, how rainy spring was, this averaging itself out. But in the meantime, despite it averaging out throughout the entire year, it doesn't discount the fact that we have a very, very dry stretch this month and for summertime. So low pressure is moving up the coast today. This cold front from the northwest is going to push that low pressure out to sea. That's going to prevent a lot of that rainfall from reaching our area. And for the most part, it's going to be entirely dry today. Look at this. Our Skycast barely showing any rain shower really hitting the Mohawk Valley or even southern valleys. But again, my gut instinct says there could be a stray one just south. By tomorrow, the clouds decrease, sunshine moves in. Tomorrow night, a cold front arrives. This, though, with how dry the air is, really not producing a lot of rain. Just a few clouds, maybe a brief sprinkle, and then we do dry up or at least clear out by the afternoon Friday and in the evening with sunshine and temperatures in the 60s. Your 7-day forecast: Saturday, 68 sunny, 73 and sunny on Sunday, as our final weekend of summertime kicks off with gorgeous weather, and that will linger into the first day of fall. So, I mean, if you have any weekend plans for Saturday and Sunday, you couldn't ask for better weather, Gary.
Yeah, definitely. We've been having a few of those over the past.
A whole lot.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. Well, it was a competition to see who can pour. He's joining us now. And Eric, let the sunshine continue, right?
Yeah, gorgeous conditions out there today. Blue skies, a live view outside. First off, we'll go back to Utica right here. You can see, of course, all those blue skies out there in the distance. Temperatures in the 70s and in some spots 60s. And we look at the radar, and again, it is dry here locally, but we turn our attention to the south and to the east, and we have all that rainfall slowly moving its way inland. Now, a lot of this rainfall here, as you can see, it's hit or miss. The chance of us actually seeing a shower, little to none, but that chance is still there, so we'll just keep a close eye on this rain shower chance here throughout the day today. But either way, we look at the bigger picture. You got rainfall in New York City, cloudy skies heading south, but here locally we still have plenty of sunshine in Rome, Hamilton, Ithaca, Watertown, Saranac Lake. A few clouds passing over Syracuse and Rochester at this hour. So today, still expect plenty of dry weather, temperatures climbing into the mid-70s, sunshine and clouds, stray showers south. As we head into tomorrow, we're going to see some sunshine arrive again. Will there be any more rain chances looking ahead to the rest of the week? Plus, how is it looking for area streams? We know it's been very dry, but is that impacting our waterways? We'll have the details on that coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The FBI is investigating.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Not too bad of a day out there so far today. We take a look outside with some blue skies in downtown Utica. Temperatures hovering in the 60s, upper 60s right now at Griffiths and Rome, 69 degrees, and refreshing humidity despite that south wind, which usually brings some higher levels of humidity. But either way, we take a look at the radar and satellite, and what we're tracking right now is that low pressure to our south. It is dislodging a few showers up north, but they fall apart as quick as they move in. Again, don't count on any rainfall today. If any, they will be falling in the southern valleys, and it would be brief, if that. So I want to show you guys this map right here. I'm going to take a minute to kind of explain what's going on this this map here. So if you can see all these individual dots, I try my best to make them a little bit bigger. Maybe I can try doing that behind the scenes as well. But there are different colors here. And there's orange, there's green, there's dark red, there's bright red. Now, the bright red icons, all of these little dots, are locations where the stream flow in rivers have reached their lowest level in its recorded history during this day today. So you can see here, almost a lot of Vermont, New Hampshire, record low water levels, including here locally, West Canada Creek is currently at its lowest level in 103 years in its recorded history. So it is a still very, very low water level. Some of the locations here across the state in that low count. Heading south, it's closer to average in the southern tier toward New York City. So the bigger picture shows that low pressure slowly moving north. Again, that rainfall really falls apart and pushes east. Our next chance of rain will be from a cold front, which again really doesn't show a whole lot of rainfall potential as the conditions still show mainly dry weather across much of the northeast. So today, a few clouds, sunshine. Other than that, maybe a stray shower south. Most of us remain entirely dry. Tomorrow, it's going to be entirely rain-free. Lots of sun, highs in the mid-70s. As we head into tomorrow night, we're going to start to see some clouds increase. Tomorrow, or at least Friday morning, we've got this cold front moving through. Because of how dry the air is, don't expect a whole lot of rainfall from this. Maybe more clouds than anything, and some patchy drizzle with that. Then, by the afternoon, the clouds exit. That cold front's already passed its way through the area, and temperatures are going to cool down into the 40s, in some spots 30s, overnight into early Saturday morning. So Friday evening looking beautiful. Saturday, it's a chilly start, low of 39 and a high of 68. And then by Sunday, 73, sunshine, dry weather. So not too bad for our final weekend of summer. Fall comes in, high of 78, summer-like conditions, and then it continues to near 80 by Tuesday with some rain chances here and there too. But overall, This dry pattern just continues on. Lots of sun. And yes, we're low on water, but if we have a weekend of nice weather for any outdoor festivities, it's going to be great this weekend.
Yeah, just keep continuing. Eric, thanks. Well, the attorneys, meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now, and with all of the cameras all around central New York, a lot of blue skies, but you noticed something else, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's still the approaching fall foliage season, and I think in some spots it's already happened.
Yeah, nice colors.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of these cameras here. We'll head toward Piseco up north, Whiteface, Osceola, all those cameras up there. You're really starting to see a few more colors. Now, it's a little bit farther to view here on this camera setting here, but I will zoom in on it coming up in a few minutes on some of these locations, especially up in the Adirondacks where those colors are really starting to pop out, probably heading closer to midpoint, maybe within the next week or so. So we got some early fall changing colors going on right now, but again, a common sight across the area, blue skies. Radar is dry. There actually is a shower taking place just east of the capital region. Much of that rainfall activity staying down toward the Atlantic coast and in Pennsylvania, parts of Massachusetts as well. But here locally, again, it does remain mostly dry. Rain showers in New York City, clouds in Philadelphia and in Binghamton. Here locally, plenty of sun going from all the way from the North Country down into the southern valleys and toward the Finger Lakes. So today, we'll see lots of sun mixed in with clouds, temperatures peaking in the mid-70s. Now, tonight it is going to be dry regardless for much of us, but for any area that does see a stray shower south, it will dry up tonight. It's going to be dry tomorrow. We have another cold front arriving on Friday morning, which is going to produce some clouds and maybe a rain chance. Still, these chances are not really that high. We're going to track that, plus talk about that deficit in terms of impacts on streams coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A former Republican turned.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Lots of sun. Beautiful outdoor weather today, and it's just been the same thing for the past few days. Gorgeous weather. In the meantime, while weather is quiet, we got a foliage check. We'll head up toward Piseco right now, where, as you can see, here's a live view of that foliage out in the distance. Maybe difficult to see some of it, but you have some of the reds and yellows starting to pop up right here. Let's zoom into the Whiteface mountain base right here with this live view of some of the trees starting to change here. I would say give it about a week and a half to really start to enter the midpoint to near peak, which still is expected to be, in my opinion, closer to late September early, compared to the first week of October, just with how the leaves are changing right now. And a live look at Utica. We have some of these trees really starting to change here in the city itself, more so compared to last week. Big changes already taking place as well. Temperature 69 degrees, refreshing humidity out there today. Radar and satellite showing quiet weather. Again, we got that coastal low we're tracking right now. For the most part, it is not going to impact our local weather. So while the dry weather continues, we're really starting to see some impacts in the form of some waterways, stream flow. Now, right here is a map of the percentage of normal stream flow here across not only New York State, but pretty much all the Northeast. Now, these colors here, you get closer to the bright red, see this one? When it means low, it means it is the record lowest that it has in its recorded history for this state. So as you can see here, West Canada Creek at Cass Bridge, record low. Other locations, especially in Vermont and New Hampshire, a lot of record lows. You head closer to the southern tier, it's more close to average. They did see a little more rain compared to what we saw here over the past several months. So just if you're wondering, if you drove by West Canada Creek and you thought it's probably the lowest you've ever seen in quite a while, it is because it's the lowest you've seen in probably, again, over 103 years that recording has been active. So we have that coastal low, it's shifting north, then exiting out to sea. So we're not going to see a lot of rain from this. Cold front coming in on Friday morning, still same story. We're not going to see a whole lot of rain from this at all. So we look at our SkyCast here, plenty of clouds coming in today, but still plenty of sunshine. Stray showers south, but those chances are continuing to lower over the past couple of hours. Then tomorrow morning, lingering clouds turn to sunshine by the afternoon. Friday, or should say Thursday evening and Thursday night, we're going to see some clouds roll in. Friday morning, it's a cloudy start. That cold front currently over us. A few areas of patchy drizzle by the late morning, early afternoon. And then by the evening, those clouds will exit. We will see some sunshine closer to 6 o'clock. And that sets the stage for a beautiful weekend, but a cold start to the day on Saturday. Overnight low in the 30s, upper 30s, even in the lower elevations Saturday morning. 60s by the afternoon, and then into the 70s by Sunday. Still, though, it's going to be a very dry weekend, a beautiful one for anyone who has any outdoor plans. I know a lot of events happening on the final weekend of summer, and then fall comes in with some nice weather, 70s and sunshine.
It's got to be the best summer in the history of upstate New York here.
Yeah, it has to. I mean, last year we had all those tornadoes. This year, it's been so much sunshine. Yeah.
Knock on wood. Well, some south.
First look at the forecast with James DeFazio.
Yes.
And we've been talking about this for days and days. And now here we are.
Yes.
And there's still a big pocket, though,
We're
just
going to
south
talk
of
about
us.
why this is just not accurate. It's just not correct. It's simply just not true. The USGS will update this again on Thursday. I hope they correct the mistakes that they made a week ago. We're in a moderate drought. I have the data. You've seen the pictures. We have the proof to show it. Not just observationally, but we're seeing it in data. I have seen so much data that it backs up the fact that we are all experiencing moderate drought. Ended up being a beautiful day today. We got more sunshine than I anticipated. It really never got mostly cloudy, only partly sunny. Warm temperatures as well, mid-70s across the area. Very warm weather continues into the evening hours. Tonight, partly sunny skies with temperatures in the low to mid-70s. Tomorrow, another absolutely stellar day, highs in the upper 70s with plenty of sunshine. Coming up, we're going to break down how this drought is truly record-setting. Jason?
James, thank you. Rome Business displaced by the
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Wednesday evening. Ended up being a very pleasant day across central New York. We were tracking the chance for isolated showers, and we were expecting mostly cloudy skies, but as you can see on downtown Utica, we have partly sunny skies. The sun has won the battle between high pressure and the area of low pressure that was approaching us was dominated by the high pressure, and we really saw no rainfall locally today. 76 degrees with sunny skies up in Rome. Not complaining about the fact that we're getting more sunshine than clouds. Calm winds, low dew points, refreshing humidity, perfect conditions to get out and enjoy any outdoor activities. This is record-setting drought. We have numbers to back this up now. We've done a lot of research. Every single very red dot, you can see based off of the map of the icons here, the extreme dark red, that references the all-time lowest stream level or flow, the amount of water that's flowing at these streams, creeks, and gauges. If I step outside, you can see just how bad things are in Vermont and New Hampshire, but I want to point out that the Cass Bridge here at West Canada Creek, where that has been measured by the Geological Service for 103 years. It's at its lowest level ever recorded in 103 years. So we are in a significant drought. We still need that rainfall. Warm weather continues tomorrow, back up into the mid to upper 70s, more upper 70s tomorrow. A cold front works through Thursday night into Friday morning. Chillier weather settles in for Friday and Saturday. Warming trend returns, though, by the back half of the weekend and the beginning of next week. First day of fall looking very, very warm. The 8 to 14-day temperature outlook continues to favor above average temperatures through the end of September and into the first week of October, and I don't see any change in sight for that. There's no major pattern change to bring us colder weather. Dry on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Their showers simply did not make it. That area of low pressure threw a couple of showers across the Catskill region. And that was about it. No showers really made it into central New York. The area of low pressure did track northward, but the high pressure really eroded it. Now our focus goes to this cold front, which is going to work through Thursday night into Friday. Tonight, partly sunny skies and pleasant conditions. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, not overly cold. It's going to depend on where how much cloud cover you see. 5:30 a.m. lows where there's clouds are in the 50s. Lows where it's clear are in the 40s. A little bit of a widespread range in temperatures. Highs tomorrow, sunshine. Widespread sunshine, highs in the upper 70s, an absolutely beautiful day. Tonight, lows in the mid-50s for Utica and Rome with partly cloudy skies. A look at your 7-day forecast. We're tracking a couple of things. After a beautiful Thursday, we have that cold front that's going to work through Friday morning. Cools us down for a couple of days, but that warming trend returns. First day of fall looking very warm. Tuesday, possibly a shower. Can't guarantee that just yet. We still have a little bit of model discrepancy, but again, fingers crossed with how severe the drought is. We really, really need to get that rain on Tuesday, even if it's just a little bit.
A little bit's better than nothing.
I know.
All right, thank you, James. President Trump and First Lady Melania. Just James DeFazio.
I think they all deserve to be in. I think I had every single one of those toys. I love every one of those. Settlers of Catan is an all-time game.
Thank you, I've never played Catan.
Yeah, so tonight's featured dog, Chewy from New Hartford, hanging out into his ball. He's a 5-year-old pup, and he's a nice little furry friend. It's a great night for a dog walk. Comfortable temperatures, comfortable levels of humidity, and dry weather continues. We're going to be in the mid-70s for the next couple of hours. We drop down into the low 70s right after sunset. But again, a beautiful evening. A couple of things that we're tracking. Yes, another beautiful evening. Where I rinse and repeat there. A cold front arrives on Friday. We're keeping a close eye on that. Looks like a dry passage. And then a significant drought. It's official. We're in a significant drought, and it continues. We still have no drought-busting rainfall in sight. And we're going to talk about why it's significant and actually record-breaking. Temperatures around the region right now, again, hanging on to the low to mid-70s, very comfortable weather. Coming up, again, I want to express just how record-breaking this drought is. We're going to break down the numbers. Jason?
All right, James, New York State is set to host
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Wednesday evening. Ended up being another pleasant day across central New York. As you can see on the tower cam just a minute ago, there's plenty of clouds. That's really all the extent that this area of low pressure brought to us today. Even our southern tier didn't get any light rainfall, a couple of sprinkles maybe at most, but dry weather won out today. High pressure really dominated the battle. We're actually over to partly sunny skies in parts of central New York, and even in Griffiths at Rome, reporting no clouds right now. 76 degrees with sunny skies, calm winds, low levels of humidity. It's a perfect weather right now. Absolutely fantastic night to get out and enjoy any form of outdoor activity. So let's talk about that drought. We are in a record-breaking drought. We have the numbers to prove it. I'm going to step off to the side here. I'm actually going to step off to this side. Every one of these dark red dots either indicates one of the lowest 10% percentile of the stream flow. The darkest red, which there are tons across Vermont and New Hampshire, indicate the lowest level of stream flow ever measured at these locations. The Cast Bridge site at West Canada Creek, they've been recording the water level there for 103 years. It is currently at its lowest level ever recorded. We are in a significant drought. There's no denying it. The pictures from Delta Lake, from Pixley Falls, it's bad. We need rain. There's no sugarcoating it. We're tracking a cold front. It's going to arrive Thursday night into Friday morning. A couple of cooler days for Friday and Saturday, but it's not going to last. We warm back up. Low 70s Sunday, upper 70s on Monday. It's a warm start to fall. We're going to continue to see warm weather through the end of September and even into the first week of October. The 8 to 14-day temperature outlook continues to look almost identical. Very favorable chances for above average temperatures. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, quiet, dry, no showers out there, not even isolated. That area of low pressure did work up the coast today, but it didn't get very far, and it didn't bring much moisture to anywhere in central New York. It tracked northward, and it hit the high pressure, and high pressure won. And now our eyes turn to this cold front that's going to arrive Friday. It looks like it's going to be a dry passage. Yet again, we're seeing another dry passage of a front, very low chances for rain. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows in the low 50s for Utica and Rome. Some of the northern areas that clear out are going to get down into the low 40s. A beautiful day tomorrow, widespread sunshine, highs all the way up into the upper 70s. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, lows in the low 50s for Utica and Rome. A look at the 7-day forecast. Beautiful weather tomorrow, absolutely fantastic Thursday. Saturday and Sunday looking beautiful, a little chilly, a little bit on the chillier side to start the weekend. And as we head into the first day of fall, it's not going to be fall-like weather. It's going to feel more like summer.
Time now for a first look at the forecast with meteorologist James DeFazio.
As you can see from the state-issued drought watch, the drought monitor is not doing a good job at reflecting the current status of drought that we have. It is much more severe than just abnormally dry. This gets updated on Thursday, tomorrow. We will see if we get improvements and a more accurate depiction from the USGS. But we're going to talk about just how historical we've actually reached a historic level in terms of this level of drought. Beautiful weather tonight, though. Partly sunny skies continue. Saw high pressure one out today. We really didn't see any isolated showers. Temperatures tonight, low to mid 70s. We're hanging on to low to mid 70s this evening, right up until sunset. Partly sunny skies continue. Beautiful conditions, like low to mid 70s. Tomorrow, going to be downright beautiful, absolutely perfect, near perfect conditions, highs in the upper 70s. Again, coming up, we're going to talk about what we've set in terms of a record with this drought. Jason?
James, thank you. A significant water main break in Arista.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Wednesday evening. It was another beautiful day across Central New York, and actually, unfortunately, I can't believe I'm saying it, but unfortunately, the isolated showers that we were keeping an eye on really never materialized across the southern tier, and it really never got overly cloudy. We were expecting mostly cloudy skies today, and we're still seeing partly sunny conditions across downtown Utica, and that will continue for several more hours. We're even seeing some areas that are seeing mostly sunny to entirely sunny skies. 73 degrees with sunny skies up at Griffith and Rome. Very calm winds, very low dew point, very refreshing conditions, very comfortable weather outside this evening. This is a map that depicts the levels of stream flow of all the local, and not even local, waterways across the Northeast. Everything that's denoted in red is experiencing extreme drought. Everything that is in dark red, which is a lot of New Hampshire and a lot of Vermont, is experiencing the lowest water levels of those streams, creeks, and rivers ever recorded. Locally, the Cass Bridge gauge into the West Canada Creek in Herkimer County, currently at its lowest water level ever recorded, and we've been recording data from that station for 103 years. Gives you a perspective that we are in a significant drought. There's no denying it. The numbers back it up. We're going to have another very warm day tomorrow up into the mid to upper 70s, and then a cold front works in Friday morning. Cooler weather for Friday and Saturday, upper 60s. The second half of the weekend looking much more pleasant in terms of temperature. Mid 70s on Sunday, upper 70s on Monday for the first day of fall. Going to feel more like summer than fall. Your 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, we continue to see the likelihood and the probability for above average temperatures for the remainder of September as well as through the first week of October. We're going to continue to track this outlook, but as you can see, the entire country is still favored to be above average with regards to temperature. But it may present us with some good opportunities to get out and do some leaf peeping, taking a look at our fall foliage report. Some colors showing up all across the higher elevations right now. If you were to take a ride up north, it's very, things are really beginning to speed up quickly. The colors have developed earlier than they typically do, and we're seeing plenty of color. Southern Otsego County as well seeing color. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to get out and leaf peep while the weather's still nice. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, quiet, dry, not a shower to be found. That area of low pressure really fizzled out when it worked into that high pressure that was over in place of us today. No showers really made it into central New York. This area of low pressure has now worked its way off to sea. We're going to have partly sunny conditions tonight, and temperatures are going to hang on to the low 50s for lows. Widespread sunshine tomorrow warms us up all the way into the upper 70s, an absolutely stellar day. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows in the low 50s for Utica and Rome, a little bit colder in the North Country, mid-40s. A look at your 7-day forecast. After that cold front works through Friday morning, a little bit chillier weather for Friday and Saturday. Then the warming trend returns. Warmer weather builds in for Sunday and for Monday. First day of fall, again on Monday, not looking like fall-like weather. 78 degrees. Partly mostly sunny skies. Very comfortable conditions. Going to feel more like summer for the first day of fall.
Warm to get out to see the leaves.
Yes.
All righty.
Salute.
Thank you, James. Still to come on our first look at the forecast with meteorologist James DeFazio. And yeah, we're still talking about the drought tonight.
It's reached significant to severe levels, especially to the east. All of these red dots, the dark red dots indicating the lowest levels ever recorded for the stream.
How about that one right there?
That one right there for locally, that would be our West Canada Creek at Cass Bridge. 103 years of data. And that's the lowest the water level has ever been measured. We've been 103 years, that gauge has been right at that Cass Bridge. The water level has never been flowing as low as it currently is. We are in a significant drought. There's data to back it up. Beautiful day yet again tomorrow. It's going to be a sunny, warm day. Cold front arrives on Friday, bringing in colder temperatures for Friday and Saturday. And this significant drought does continue. No drought-busting rainfall, unfortunately, in the forecast. Temperatures this evening were in the low to mid-50s across the region, and that's about where we're going to be for most of the overnight. It's not going to cool down much cooler than the low 50s for Utica and Rome tonight. Current conditions at Rome, 54 degrees with clear skies, and again, only a 4-degree difference between the dew point and the temperature, so I do anticipate some fog to develop. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit about fall foliage as well as that weekend forecast ahead. Jason?
James, thank you. Delta Lake is looking pretty thirsty.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Wednesday evening. Ended up being a fantastic day in terms of weather. We were keeping an eye out for some isolated shower potential across the southern tier, but that really never materialized at all. High pressure continued to win the battle. 54 degrees with clear skies up in Rome, a very light wind. The dew point up to 50 degrees. We've seen the dew point rise. It's slightly more humid than it was earlier this evening, and that's going to allow for some fog to develop shortly before daybreak. This area of low pressure tracked northward up the Atlantic coast today, but man, it really did not do a whole lot. The precipitation was very weak, a lot of dry air. This cold front is going to work through Friday morning, and that is what our attention turns to next. After we have one more very warm day tomorrow with highs in the upper 70s, cooler weather settles in for Friday and Saturday, and then we begin a warming trend. The first day of fall looking very warm, upper 70s, more summer-like. And that's going to continue through the end of September into the first week of October. We're going to continue to see above average temperatures most days. We continue to see 50 to 75% probability for above average temperatures. A look at your fall foliage report. Starting to expand. We're seeing plenty of colors across all of the North Country, as well as across the extreme southern tier, southeast Otsego County, also seeing plenty of color as well. We're getting started a little bit early this year. Plenty of color early and a little bit earlier than we normally get it. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, quiet and dry, and it's going to continue to be that way. We're keeping an eye out for visibility issues. Nothing has developed yet, but again, I expect by tomorrow morning we will have areas of patchy fog. Partly cloudy tonight, although it does clear out across the North Country. That makes for chillier conditions across the North Country, lows in the low 40s there. Everyone else, upper 40s to low 50s. Widespread sunshine tomorrow warms us up right up into the upper 70s. Beautiful conditions for your Thursday. And then as we head into There we go. Sorry, my clicker froze there for a second. The graphic froze on me. As we head into Friday, we're going to have that cloudier weather work in, sunshine works in for the evening, and then it gets much cooler. A look at your 7-day forecast, and we have a beautiful weekend ahead. It's a little on the chillier side, and then we start fall with summer-like weather, high temperatures all the way up in the upper 70s.
Look at the forecast with meteorologist James DeFazio, and explain what this is all about. There's a lot of red, yellow, and green on this huge map. The red is what we're focused on right now.
Yes, this is a measure of stream flow, what is compared to normal stream flow in historical records. And all of these red dots indicate the lowest level ever recorded for these gauges and at this stream site. We have one
Herkimer
site
County,
here,
right there.
Herkimer County.
Yep, that was it.
And our Herkimer County site that is experiencing absolute history record is the West Canada Creek. The West Canada Creek at Cast Bridge has been measuring the water level for 103 years. It's never been flowing less than it currently is right now. We are in a significant drought. It's going to be another beautiful day tomorrow. A cold front arrives for Friday. It's going to bring colder temperatures for Friday and for Saturday, and unfortunately, the significant drought continues. We don't see any drought-busting, widespread, significant rainfall in the near future. Our temperatures right now in the low to mid-50s. Lows tonight look like they're going to be a little bit cooler than I mentioned earlier. We are clearing out much quicker than what was anticipated. Lows are going to be in the mid to upper 40s. No frost risk, though. Current temperatures at Rome, 52 degrees with clear skies. Dew point at 48 degrees. Coming up, we're going to take a look at your entirety of your weekend forecast and your foliage map. Jason?
All right, thank you, James.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Wednesday evening. It ended up being a beautiful day across Central New York. We had a chance for some isolated showers across the southern tier that never really materialized, and we expected a mostly cloudy day. We were blessed with a partly sunny day, and we continue to see less cloud coverage than was modeled, forecasted, or anticipated. 52 degrees with clear skies up in Rome, a very light breeze, and a dew point at 48 degrees. We're going to see temperatures get a little bit colder than I mentioned earlier. I believe lows are going to get right into the upper 40s. We're also going to be monitoring the chances for some fog with the dew point so close to the visibility. This area of low pressure today just got absolutely dominated by the high pressure that's in place over us, and our focus now turns to this cold front, which works through Thursday night into Friday morning. Unfortunately, it does look like a primarily dry passage. We may see a sprinkle or two, but that's going to be about it. We're tracking, again, another warm day tomorrow, upper 70s for highs, but after that cold front works through, much cooler for Friday and Saturday, highs only in the upper 60s. The warming trend does return for the second half of the weekend. First day of fall looking very warm, with highs in the upper 70s, feeling much more like summer than fall. And this warm weather looks to continue through the end of September and into the first week of October. We continue to see the Climate Prediction Center forecast a high probability for above average temperatures, which is it's been the story of the summer, and it looks to continue. Our fall foliage report, we're starting to see more and more colors across central New York, all of the North Country over to quite a bit of color. Even some of the hilltops across southern Oneida County showing some color. The other highlight spot that we want to point out, southeast Otsego County, some of the higher elevations down there, also seeing quite a bit of color. Dry weather continues on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and unfortunately, there is no drought-busting rainfall in sight. We're seeing some areas of fog already developing, especially off to the east. Poughkeepsie and Glens Falls reporting some reduced visibilities. We will see some patchy fog develop overnight tonight before daybreak. Just be aware of that if you're doing any traveling early tomorrow morning. Partly cloudy skies tonight. Temperatures tonight, lows are going to be in the upper 40s for Utica and Rome. Cooler where it's clear across the north, and where temperatures will get down into the low 40s. Widespread sunshine tomorrow warms us up right up into the upper 70s, and it's a beautiful day. A look at your 7-day forecast. We end the week with very, very, very beautiful weather. Unfortunately, it's a little bit cooler in the wake of that cold front. Friday night football, you're going to want to bring the jacket out this week. Friday night looks chilly. Lows are going to be in the low 40s. It's a pleasant, dry weekend, though, and it's a very warm start to fall. Next chance